Alright, so this is chemotherapy session 3. I'll be finishing up this one today and then getting my second part of this third treatment in tomorrow. This one's going to be a little bit slower to run, but after that session will be faster. Alright, so I'm here waiting to get connected to the IV. And I talked to the doctor just now and he said that my blood hemoglobin levels were at a 10.8, so that is very good news. Remember, when I first came in here around Christmas, I had to go to the emergency room because they were too low. It was at a 5 level, so a healthy reading is a 12. I'm glad to see that my blood is doing better. I should be in remission.
Oh, do you have Dr. Gooden as your oncologist?
Yes, he's my oncologist. He's such a good doctor.
I really love him. He's my mom's oncologist too.
Aww.
I love him so much. That's fantastic.
Thank you. It's nice meeting you. What's your name?
Sister Catherine.
Sister Catherine.
Names are for my mom. Her name is Sung.
Sung is your mom.
So she's just had, she's from South Korea, but she's just had,
She's from Korea too.
yeah.
You're Korean too.
Oh my goodness, you're right. She happens with the Koreans. But yeah, this is her third cancer, so it's just been like, oh, the Dr. Gooden's been so wonderful.
He's wonderful.
So hopefully it will go well. She's on number 4. So.
Oh, 4.
Out of 6, so we'll see how it goes.
Okay.
Yeah, but thank you.
Thank you.
I'll remember you guys. Joseph and
Thank
Rosa?
you.
Joseph
Yes,
and Rosa.
Rosa.
Okay, I'll remember that. That's wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank
You're very
you.
welcome.
손톱이 없어서 안 까져. 달아?
Good.
그래?
Alright, so I'm back home now and I'm just resting, relaxing. I've got at least 5 days to just take it easy. Okay, today is Thursday, March 27th. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, I'm just going to take it easy at home and not really plan on going out much. I've already done a lot of my shopping beforehand. I think it's important to relax and recover right after chemotherapy. This is my 3rd session, so I'm familiar with how the first 2 sessions went. Talking to my doctor, he reviewed some of the symptoms that I was experiencing with the second treatment. One of them was black spots in my stool, and he said that he thinks that that's because of my body's adverse reaction with chemotherapy. So I think that chemotherapy slows down the digestion a lot, and that has some effect on why my stool color was. The next thing that he was asking is if I felt any nauseousness, because he prescribed some pills in case I got nauseous, but I opted to not take any of that during my second chemotherapy session. And so I don't think that I'll be needing that this 3rd session either. I do have those pills on hand, but I'm a firm believer that pills aren't always the solution to a problem. And then the 3rd thing that concerns me is just relaxing and just taking it easy, because when I'm done with chemotherapy, I'm low on energy and I don't want to just wear myself out and put my body in a state where it's not recovering a lot. He asked me if my energy levels were okay. I said that yes, after my second chemotherapy session. Once I passed through that first week, I was able to regain my energy levels. So just an update of how I feel after my chemotherapy sessions. I've had 2 or 3 more. It's kind of confusing to me because he said that I had a total of 6 chemotherapy sessions, but on paper it says I only have 2 more. So I'll have to get back with my doctor and see what the correct amount of sessions is for this treatment to clear this lymphoma from my body is. Now, I am taking the Spartan shampoo still and the conditioner. I haven't had a haircut in over a month, and if there's any tuning in subscribers that subscribe to view my progress with my Spartan shampoo, I want to say that I've not lost all of my hair, and I attribute that to the shampoo that I'm using. It's got licorice root in it and other ingredients that prevent hair fall, like the DHT blocking ingredients. I think that something is working with those ingredients to make my hair stay intact, and I'm not losing as much hair as I used to. So I'm glad to have a full set of hair still, because without my hair I would look a lot older than I normally am. 아하, 날씨도 좋고요. Fresh air. Yeah. Exercise is best. 가자. 바람 많이 분다. There you go. Okay. Nice sunny day. Just finished up the second part of my chemo session. So didn't want to stay in the house all day and wanted to get some fresh air out here, and that's what we're doing. Getting some good vitamin D from the sun, fresh air.
Vitamin D.
Nature's healing.
Healing.
You feel that healing power?
Healing power.
Oh, it's so windy. Don't lose your hat.
못 날아가요.
So something that I was listening to while I was reading a book was about the topic of living life and contemplating the meaning of life. And it was saying in there that it's not so important to reflect on the meaning of life, but living life and doing what you're responsible for yourself in life to the best of your capability. Just a thought of the day. There are times in suffering, though, in life when you've got to have hope. You can't just be negative and depressed about things that are out of your control. In suffering, you've got to stay hopeful. It's in times of illness, it's in times of when people are locked up in a penitentiary for long periods of time and they just don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. They forget why they're living, and because they forget why they're living, they forget the how to live part of them. You've got to remember why you're doing something. All right, so I'm back home now. My third chemotherapy session is complete, and I'm coping with it okay. We'll see how I feel tomorrow, and then when it comes into the day after tomorrow, if it's anything that it was like during the second chemotherapy session, I'll feel a little bit fatigued, a little bit nauseous, and maybe a low appetite, but I'm gonna push through it. I did take some stool softener because I noticed that my stool was very hardened earlier, and that's just one of the symptoms of chemotherapy, is your digestion starts slowing down. So you've got to take some kind of a stool softener or incorporate more fiber into your diet. Keeping hydrated is also very good. Another thing that I wanted to talk about, besides how I'm feeling with this chemotherapy session, is just the financial burden of this. Okay, so I have some insurance, I have some ways to cover this financially, but anyone who doesn't have insurance, if you're young, I encourage you to go and get insurance. I've seen people that were getting chemotherapy treatments there today that was in their 30s, and I talked to the nurse because their name pops up on the computer screen and it's just there with their birth date, and I asked her, what's the youngest patient that you've seen in here? And she says that she's gotten them as young as 21 or 20. So no matter how old you are, no matter what your genetics are, your body, muscular build, all of that, you could just throw that out of the window. None of that stuff matters anymore because of the fact that it doesn't discriminate, and your body, your condition, none of that matters when you have cancer. I didn't think that I was going to get it, but lo and behold, all these symptoms started showing up the beginning of last year, and I'm flushing this bad blood out of my body, and I'm putting better blood into my body now. So my last hemoglobin blood level test came out to be a 10.5. Okay, very good news. And because of that, I feel a lot more strength. I was going and working out the other day. My body mass is climbing back up. I weighed 156 pounds today. And when I was starting at the beginning of these symptoms, I was about 145. No matter how much I was hitting the gym, I was getting these aches that wouldn't go away in my body, and I wasn't putting on the weight like I used to. So I knew something was off about my body. So make sure you're getting regular checkups, blood work. When you're getting older and older, getting a colonoscopy is going to be beneficial for you also. Now, with insurance, I think they cover it for patients after the year of you hitting your 45th birthday. So if you're under that age, do look into getting ready to fork out a couple thousands of dollars for the treatment and get in a day of fasting so that you can get all checked out. But I have another PET scan that's going to be happening next month. They're going to take a picture of my insides and see how I am doing. And after that, there's just a couple more sessions, maybe 2-3 more sessions of chemotherapy infusions, and I should be in remission. So I'm very hopeful with this, and I think that's the important thing about all of this is you don't want to lose hope when you're dealing with a life-changing illness, because hope is what keeps your why in mind. And when you're keeping your why in mind, you're thinking of how to accomplish that why. Okay, you want to bring that vision with you forward and not be just depressed, down on yourself, and in a negative state of mind, because all that does is just build more stress, and stress isn't good for the body. So that's today's update with chemo session number 3 in the books, and I'm just so grateful for everyone in my life that's praying for me. Back in California, my family is going to church and praying for me, and my mom is such a hardcore Catholic. She goes and puts in prayer requests, pays the church so much money to get this done. I think it's like $100 to get the whole church to pray for me. And she sends me every week like these bulletin board announcements in the church bulletin, and it says like so-and-so paid so much to do a prayer request for Joseph. And it's just awesome to see all these people on my side. Even the sister that was at the hospital while I was getting chemotherapy, we sat together and did Our Father and prayed for. So I'm a strong believer in faith, and I'm not going to talk too much about religion here, but I believe that everything happens for a reason, and I trust in God's plan, and it's not my time yet. I don't believe that it's my time yet to go. have things I want to do here on this earth, make impact on people. Everyone's plans are different, but I think that I'm still capable and have a lot of potential to make an impact in people's lives and take care of my responsibilities here. Okay, thanks for watching, and I'll update you as my journey goes along. Other than that, y'all are awesome. Okay, thank you for their encouragement and comments in the section below. I'll see you later.